Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. As you know that old is gold, but these pennies known as Lincoln cent are most valuable than you think. Don't spend one of them, you're lucky if you have one of these. So please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coins and collectibles. But this isn't just any coin we're talking about. Today, we're uncovering the hidden history, rare details, and surprising worth of the 1965 United States $quarter coin. Now, if you're like me, you've probably had quarters jingling around in your pocket or piggy bank since forever, right? But what if I told you that one of those quarters might be worth millions? Yes, you heard that right, millions. Let's rewind to 1965. The Beatles were topping the charts, NASA was making headlines, and here in the United States, there was a huge shift happening in our coinage. Up until then, quarters were made primarily of silver, around 90% of it. But with the rising cost of silver, the U.S. Mint had to make a big change. In 1965, the U.S. Mint stopped making quarters with silver altogether, replacing them with a mixture of copper and nickel. This decision affected every quarter made after 1964, meaning that any regular 1965 quarter you find in your change will be a mix of copper and nickel. But here's the twist. This sudden shift in materials didn't happen overnight. Coins are made in massive quantities, and the process was a bit chaotic back then. So, as you might expect, a few special coins slipped through the cracks. And that's where things get interesting. There are rumors, confirmed by a few lucky finds, that some 1965 quarters were struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. It's 1965, and a handful of silver planchets, the metal discs used to make coins, are accidentally left in the minting machines. These silver planchets are struck with the 1965 quarter design, creating an extremely rare and valuable mistake. Today, these silver 1965 quarters are among the rarest modern coins you could find. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare silver 1965 quarters? First, you'll want to look at the color. Copper-nickel quarters have a two-tone edge with a noticeable copper stripe around the rim, while a silver quarter will have a solid silver edge. But sometimes, it's tricky to tell just by looking. A more accurate test is weighing the coin. A regular 1965 copper-nickel quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver quarter from 1965 will weigh closer to 6.25 grams. This small difference can make a big impact on value, so much that it's worth getting the coin professionally appraised if you have any doubts. In fact, over the years, a few silver 1965 quarters have surfaced and made headlines at coin auctions. Collectors and coin enthusiasts go wild for these coins, as they represent a unique piece of history, a one-in-a-million error that almost never made it out of the mint. Now, you're probably wondering, how much can one of these silver 1965 quarters actually sell for? Well, the answer might just blow your mind. In 2014, one of these rare silver 1965 quarters sold at auction for over $13 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $13 million. It's hard to believe that a small coin like this, one that might be sitting unnoticed in an old collection, could be worth that much. So, if you have any old coins lying around, it's worth taking a closer look, especially at those quarters. Who knows? You might just be holding a fortune in your hands without even knowing it. Top 2, we're diving into an exciting piece of U.S. coinage, the 1987 United States $quarter. Whether you're a passionate collector or just curious about the fascinating world of coins, this is the video for you. Let's uncover the secrets of the 1987 quarter, its unique features, and find out if it could hold surprising value. Now, let's take a close look at this quarter. 1987 wasn't a year with any special commemorative quarters, and no silver quarters were minted for circulation. But as with all coins, certain factors like rarity, demand, and condition can affect its value. Let's see what makes the 1987 $quarter interesting. First, let's talk about the history and design. The 1987 quarter belongs to the Washington quarter series, first introduced in 1932. These quarters were made to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States, and they've remained a staple in American currency ever since. On the obverse, or front, you'll see a detailed portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan. The design has been used for decades, but each year's coin tells its own unique story through details like mint marks, minor variations, and wear patterns. When looking at your 1987 quarter, pay attention to the mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. In 1987, these quarters were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, so you'll find either a P or a D mint mark. Coins from both mints are common, but some collectors prefer coins from one mint over the other. Rare errors can also be found on quarters from both mints, which can add value. Now, if you've got a 1987 quarter in average circulated condition, you'll find it's generally worth just 25 cents. But things start to get more interesting when we look at quarters in excellent condition. Quarters in mint, uncirculated condition, or with unique characteristics can actually command much higher prices. A 1987 quarter graded MS65, mint state, or higher by a professional grading service could be valued anywhere between $5 and $20 depending on demand. If you're wondering, grading is a way to assess a coin's quality based on factors like sharpness, luster, and absence of scratches. The better the condition, the higher the value. An MS67 graded coin, which means it's close to perfect, could even go for a few $100s. Now, let's talk about error varieties. Error coins occur due to issues in the minting process, like misstrikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes, and these coins are highly sought after by collectors. A 1987 quarter with a significant error could be worth much more than a standard quarter. For example, coins that were struck slightly off-center or have a double die error can fetch higher prices. Errors like these can increase the value from mere dollars to potentially hundreds, or even thousands depending on their rarity. So, why do some quarters go for a small fortune? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. A coin that looks pristine or has a unique error can catch a collector's eye, making it far more valuable than an average quarter. In the world of coin auctions, it's not unheard of for special coins in impeccable condition to sell for staggering amounts. Even without an error, coins in extremely high mint state grades, like MS68 or MS69, have reached impressive prices at auction because they are almost flawless. A MS68 graded 1987 quarter is an extremely rare find. While it might seem like just a quarter, finding one in such perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay big bucks for such a high-grade specimen. Are you starting to see the potential hidden in even the simplest of coins? While most 1987 quarters you find in circulation might be worth only 25 cents, others have the potential for serious value. Even if you don't have a rare error or a high-grade coin, keep an eye out and handle each quarter with care. You never know what you might find. Now, let's talk about one last exciting point. How much could the most valuable 1987 quarter ever be worth? Drum roll, please. In some rare cases, certain coins, because of their rarity, condition, and demand, can reach unprecedented values. Imagine a coin worth $5 million. Yes, you heard that right. While number 1987 quarter has yet reached that value, other coins have, showing just how valuable the right coin can be. So keep an eye on your change, because you might just find treasure in your pocket. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden value of coins, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating coin facts and money mysteries. And don't forget to check your spare change. You never know if you're holding onto a piece of history worth millions. Until next time, happy collecting!